Peggy Hill is one of the best written female characters in not just animated television, but television period. Not only is she very nuanced, complex as a person, but she's also very, very relatable. But despite this, a lot of people actually see Peggy as one of the worst characters on the show. People absolutely despise her. And in that context, it really is a double-edged sword when it comes to her personality, because it is her worst trait, but yet is also her best trait. And that is undoubtedly her unwavering faith in herself. If you were to tell her to move a mountain or to drain a lake, she would have no problem with that whatsoever. It wouldn't even remotely cross her mind that is something that she's just not able to do. Peggy believes that she can literally do anything as long as she sets her mind to it. And while that is a positive trait, too much can be negative, and we see that time and time again throughout the series. Plenty of times she puts herself in situations where she's just way in over her head, like the pageant episode, for example, where she honestly believes that she could just win a beauty pageant despite not ever being a beauty pageant participant against other females and women that actually have a whole career of doing it. Or the time where she was tricked and manipulated into being a drug mule for a prisoner. Due to her ego and pride, she just could not admit to herself that she allowed herself to be manipulated. And of course, there's always just the ongoing joke throughout the series, how she believes she's a really good Spanish speaker despite the fact that she's terrible at Spanish. In the episode where she gets evaluated by her substitute teacher abilities and how she needs to improve, she literally says in the show that she's never had to improve anything in her life. And that really does give you an idea of just how much faith she has in herself. But it is important to remember that she is a person, and while despite the fact that there are negative consequences to her personality, there are far more benefits that I would argue. Peggy also wants everybody else to realize their own potential. Every single person that Peggy interacts with, she wants to motivate them to see themselves the way that she sees herself. Always tries to get everybody to be the best that they can be and try to see their full potential and see things through. Challenge themselves to learn and educate and grow as a human being. Because of this makes her the perfect partner for Hank. While we like Hank, he's a really good guy, he is extremely mediocre. He has no ambition whatsoever. Peggy is the perfect person to push Hank outside of his comfort zone. As a mother, she only supports Bobby in practically everything that he ever does. She never tries to sway him out of doing something that he enjoys. While she really does want Bobby to have a good childhood, she does know eventually he is going to be an adult, and because of that, she does have the intention of preparing him for that journey. And of course, there is her legendary rivalry with Cotton. It really is a story about the irresistible force against the immovable object. To think that you have a Medal of Honor World War II veteran going toe-to-toe with a housewife is absolute gold. And that is because the only other person who has just as much confidence, even to a fault, as much as Peggy, is Cotton. And while they can't stand each other, they do to some degree have some mutual respect. They see each other as a worthy rival. And again, it makes all the more sense when they're the only two people who force themselves to learn how to walk again.